shot. Talk to him.
Hey, we figured the Oscars are this Sunday as we're taping this. And of course, it's only about 3 weeks left in the regular season. So we're going to do our NBA awards. These are our picks for the major awards. We also going to do first and second team All NBA. We might do a third team All NBA. Usually, one of the complaints I hear is that y'all agree too much. Well, today is going to be a test of how much do we agree. I have a feeling it's not going to be as much agreement as y'all think. But let's get to it, man. Friday fun as always. Remember, 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. 94FT of Life if you're on Instagram. 94 Feet of Life, the one on the end if you're on Twitter. And of course, it's all under the Scen umbrella. Shout out Scen family. Hey, if you're a football head, Sunday, Mock Draft 2.0 is back in the building. We are about 6 days away from the NFL draft. So our football heads who watching this, tune in for that. But let's get to it, man. I got MJ. I got Ham. I got Germ. I got Trav. Fellas, first of all, before we get into the selections, level of difficulty. 1 being easy, 10 being, this is super, super hard. What was the level of difficulty doing these selections? Just quickly around the room.
0.5.
-2. Okay.
Because I'm realistic, but also because I don't give a shit.
That's a hard balance to maintain.
They just picks at this point, to be honest. I mean, we always say, make your own damn list. And that's exactly what we did. So, was it hard? Yeah. But then again, it's all.
I just feel like if you watch basketball, you kind of know around the proximity who's doing what, who's been doing what. So it's kind of like, whatever.
Whoa. We ain't going to just go on this show and not talk about Trav's mint cover shirt. Man, Trav, I know it's spring, but goddamn, boy, somebody been shopping. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, he got
it. It is what it is.
Look at Mike, looking cleaner than the Board of Health out here, man. What's going on?
Hey, everybody need to be clean like a Board of Health. Doing these.
Maybe it won't be no COVID.
Exactly.
So for the people who are listening at home or watching this on replay, pull out your own scratch paper, as the old folks used to say. Write down your list. Let's see how your list is how close or far away, which is cool. This is not about a disagreement because we don't do the whole fake debate thing. But this is definitely for basketball discussion, man. So I'm interested. First of all, shout out to y'all for doing it. I know y'all hate war season, but it is what it is. We need show material. Thank y'all for helping out. So let's start, fellas, with Coach of the Year. I had 3 names on my list. So let's go around the room. However many you had, and just go rapid fire. So my 3, Monty Williams, Tom Thibodeau, Quinn Snyder. MJ, who were the candidates on your list? Rapid fire and just go around the room.
Monty Williams, Quinn Snyder. That's it.
Ham.
Exact same 3 you had. In the exact same order, too.
Germ.
Quinn Snyder and Monty Williams.
Trav.
It was the same 3 as yours, Big Shot.
Well, so what's the disagreement shit? Sorry, y'all.
Well, I guess the disagreement is you'll have to wait.
But like John said, if you've been paying attention, you would see this.
So in the order I said my list is who I think should win it. So Quinn Snyder, first of all, when you have the best record in the league, they got to count for something, number 1. And number 2, if you watch the Jazz play ball, both ends of the floor, the proverbial balanced breakfast, as we like to call it. So that's why I had Tibbs doing an incredible job. Like, I know the East is what it is, but the fact that they are 4 and can't have a home playoff game or a home playoff series, Hey, shouts out to Tibbs, Randall, the young guard. It's a really young team. Tibbs doing a hell of a job with them. And my pick is Monty Williams. Yes, the Chris Paul trade helps. But none of y'all out there in TV land, had Phoenix second in the West this late in the season. And that can't just all be Chris Paul. So Monty Williams is my coach of the year pick. Fellas, let's just go around the room, start with MJ, rapid fire with it. Who your pick or your reason?
Whoever went first in the West between those two coaches. Because now Quinn Snyder has faced adversity by losing Donovan Mitchell. If he can still have the best record in the West without Donovan Mitchell, I think he should go ahead and win it. If Monty Williams take over that, because they're only a game and a half back right now, I think he should win it. The victor goes to spoils, winners get sprinkles. Anything else we want to have a cliche that we throw out, that's what it is.
Ham?
Monty Williams, man. I mean, Phoenix had been to the playoffs since 2010, somewhere in there. You know, when they had Amari. You know, it was the last time. It's been a good decade or so. That's culture change. And like you said, it's Chris. It's the addition of Chris, but it's also more to that. And it's a lot of good stuff. I'm not through dealing with Phoenix as we go through these superlatives. So, but right now for this one, Monty.
Yeah.
I actually went Quinn Snyder. For all of the things that everybody has already said. It's not the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that I don't think Monty has done a great job. I just think at the end of the day, man, last year, to see the improvement of this entire team going into this year, Donovan Mitchell has gotten better. I think that the team is the roles and everything are defined. I just think he probably coached the best this year during the regular season. That's just my thoughts and opinions.
And Trav?
Trav worked for Big B.
I'm going Monty Williams on this because simply I'm going with a worldwide less diet on this pick. If y'all done heard him talk about this, of how he picks stuff, I'm kind of the same way, but he has been doing a tremendous job, especially at Phoenix with the addition of Chris Paul. Them folks done rode that 9 game bubble wave, and they've been running along with it. So Monty Williams for me for coach of the year.
All right. So 3 votes for Monty Williams. MJ waiting to see. Jerm with Snyder. The fact that again we all had the same coaching candidates. Y'all, we try to disagree sometimes, y'all.
It's the lab. The lab
is the lab. So we're gonna do fantasy football snake draft style.
Who the hell y'all want us to say? Jackie Moon? I mean, damn, man. That bad big
Shout out, hold tight, Jackie Moon, man.
Love this sexy.
Hey, so let's go. We're gonna stick with Trav. We're gonna go fantasy football snake order. Trav, rookie of the year. Who were your candidates? Rapid fire.
My candidates was Melo. It was just between him and Sadiq Bey and the guy from, I can never say his name right, Sacramento. Those was my 3.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Halliburton, yes. I can never say his name.
Jern, back to you.
I'm gonna actually be honest. I think the rookie of the year was ran away with. I think it was really Melo. And if Melo can come back and give me 2 weeks, Melo should be that's Melo.
Ham, did you have candidates or candidate?
I had, like Jerm said, Melo and the runaway, but I kept my eyes up on Sadiq Bey, Tyrese Halliburton. I was just thinking about my man.
What team?
That's the
Desmond Bane?
No, I wasn't Bane, but I thought about him too. I was in terms of just, like I see you, Rook. What is my guy name? Keep rolling
Young
on
guy.
that.
You figure it out. Don't sweat it.
Yeah.
MJ.
All right. So my thing for all the picks is the best ability is
Availability.
Thank you. So with that, I'm rolling with Anthony Edwards.
Him, he was a mentioned man as well. I tried to really. I felt like Melo ran away with it because he was more on the winning side. So it was just they in a
He
playoff
got.
mode, right? He
If you
had put
miss
up
10 more
15.
games, you're not on my list. So for everybody else,
That's fair.
go ahead. Spoiler alert. If you miss 10
I,
more games,
now
you ain't on
I
my list.
did have a 30 game requirement
Yeah.
to this point, so that's cool.
I had LaMelo number 1, Halliburton 2, and Anthony Edwards as the dark horse number 3. Now, usually I don't reward Luke right, which is why he's not number 1. But his numbers the second half of the year have been really good. Somebody, it is looting a little bit, but Anthony Edwards my third pick. I think it's LaMelo too. I think LaMelo coming back, to Jern's point, sealed it for me. If he was done for the year, like we thought he was gonna be done for the year,
It would have been Anthony Edwards for me too.
it would have probably either been Halliburton or Anthony Edwards. But I think LaMelo coming back, because he's now going to be the key figure on a team that makes the playoff. Ham, go ahead.
Emmanuel Quickly was who I was thinking about.
I like Quickly.
Honorable mention to Quickly for sure.
Big Blue Nation.
Hey, just to throw this out there, Sadiq Bey is also my other rookie.
Yes, he is. Good pick. I think as far as that rookie fantasy draft we had, I haven't been keeping up with close numbers, but every rookie that we picked, like when they actually had an opportunity to get in the game, were producing. So shouts out to y'all on that one. And as far as like I said, my pick with Anthony Edwards, I had to measure him based on face value of what he had to do. Cat didn't play over half the season because of all the things he was dealing with. D'Angelo Russell was not playing. He literally had to get the keys to that program way earlier than anybody would have expected. With Halliburton, you still got Fox over there. That's Fox team. It's easy to play off of Fox because you're going to get a lot of open looks because Fox is an animal. With LaMelo, he changed that culture, or did the coach change the culture? We don't know. But we'll say LaMelo changed that culture, but once again, the injury. So without the injury, I got Melo.
All right. So now I think for y'all who
Trav, who did you pick?
Melo.
My three picks. My three picks was Melo, Sadiq Bey, and Halliburton.
And then who you gonna pick? You picking Melo?
Yes, Melo is my overall.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm actually documenting this for us, fellas. So
all right. So now I think here we're gonna start to get some disagreement. So I'm gonna go actually eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ham, you're gonna go first. Defensive player of the year. Give me your candidates. I think this might be where we start to get a little back and forth for the people, for the entertainment, since they like to be entertained like that. Who you got?
Rudy Gobert is grandfathered in. Whether he wins it or not, that's just what he do. Ben Simmons in clown mode. He really with the shit right now. But I got Lou Dort in first place.
Now
Lou Dort been clapping, y'all, for real. I did a little lab work on him, and then not just with the highlights, but then in a chance I've been able to just kind of catch him. He's very disruptive. Very disruptive. But I got Lou Dort leading the clubhouse right now.
Jerm, who's leading the clubhouse for you, and who are your candidates?
Well, as he said, Rudy. I was looking at Ben as well. But it really was down to those two players. I think I gave Rudy the nod this year. I think overall, you're talking about a situation where he's a big part of why this team is top 5 overall in defense and in some key categories. So I lean toward Rudy in this situation, but Ben was the second choice for me.
Trav, Who'd you have? Your candidates.
I had Big COVID. I had
I hate him. I hate him so much.
I had Ben as my 2. I have, and my dark horse is Jern's favorite player, Andrew Wiggins.
I can't stand this.
I like that. I was looking at that too. I like that. I didn't go that way, but I damn sure like it.
MJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we gonna let you. We gonna bring Andrew Wiggins back here real soon. Keep that energy.
That's what I picked. I picked Andrew Wiggins for Defensive Player of the Year because I'm tired of seeing big men get it.
Kind of why I went with Lou.
No, Lou Dort definitely is up there. But just seeing the actual numbers that, or lack thereof, people get when Andrew Wiggins is starting them, and just to finally see this dude come to fruition as far as the potential that he has. No, he hasn't turned into the blockbuster guy that we thought he would turn into. But damn it, if he's going to be able to give me 20 and play defense like that, that's a hell of a player. I would take it.
Yes.
So Trav, who are you picking?
My winner is C19. C19.
Oh my God.
So that's Rudy Gobert for the people who are scoring at home.
Oh God.
MJ's going with Andrew Wiggins. Ham, who's your one?
Lou Dort.
I'm going with Lou.
Lou Dort. Jern.
Just cause.
Rudy. I went with Rudy.
So my one is Ben Simmons.
Document that, y'all. We didn't agree on shit. Nah.
So we don't agree on this. So I just feel like when you talk about the versatility of defending, which is required in 2021 basketball, defend the perimeter, interior defender. Not that Ben he's not Olajuwon blocking shots, but he changes shots. He's active in the passing lane. And as Ham talked about clamping people just don't score on Ben Simmons like that.
Oh, they don't. They don't.
So for
Told
me,
you, I seen Brandon Ingram bouncing off of him like, oh.
I have not seen many people make good progress on Ben Simmons scoring the basketball this year. So but I'm interested. First of all, the Lou Dort pick. Let's start right there. For people who maybe have not seen a lot of Lou Dort because it's Oklahoma City and they're not very good this year, Ham, why Lou Dort?
It started in the bubble. Granted, we're not counting for the bubble, but this is where my eyes was drawn that way. When it was in the bubble, and just his tenacity and just being disruptive in everything that he was on, even to the point on offense where he just was like, the GAF levels just went up. And he didn't give a damn. And it was like, in addition to his effort on that end, he shined it on offense. Then you got to restructure their squad. And he's kind of like one of the elder statesmen in his third year, whatever it is that he's on the squad. So he just took that ownership, man. And it's like I'm checking him out in highlights. And that's what drew me also to him as well. It's like this dude still being disruptive.
Yeah.
So we go look at his numbers. Let me go look at some film on him. Let me check some stuff out. Or if I see Oklahoma City on the league package, I check him out on the league package. And he's disruptive, man. That's the adjective that I got for dude on a nightly basis. He ain't the only one, because like you said, with Ben, with Andrew Wiggins, same formula. I just went with the unknown because I knew y'all probably wasn't gonna go with it.
Now, Ham, in full disclosure to the people, because I like your breakdown, but is there a little party that is charging these folks for what they did to the Cold Crush? The fact that Tony Allen was never a first defensive player of the year.
Wow, you know what? I never thought about that, but I will accept it.
I'm going to get into the psychology of the pick. I'm getting into the psychology of the pick.
I like that, especially from that angle. they did put Tony on first team a few times.
Uh-huh.
He got that acclaim. And going back to what MJ was just saying as far as his pick of Wiggins, got tired of seeing the big man win it. We saw Mark win it when Tony was doing this thing. We saw Dwight win it. We saw Joakim win it. We saw big dudes.
A wing hasn't won. A guard hasn't won since Gary.
And then Kawhi got it ultimately.
I hate the fact that they made this award a blocks rebounds award.
Facts.
That's what they've turned it into, except for Draymond. It's blocks and rebounds.
And Kawhi too.
So I'm cool with all of y'all picks, except for Rudy Gobert. Only because I feel like it's time for this is not like he's not a great defender, but there are people who are actually defending better than him this year, who actually should be under consideration.
And just put that out there too. Usually when guards or wings win the defensive player of the year or is known as a highly touted defender, I like to look at who's behind him. So, Ben Simmons, as good as he is, he had Joel Embiid behind him. And when Joel Embiid was injured, he had Dwight Howard behind him. That makes it a little bit easier to defend on the wing, knowing that you got them dudes lurking in the no-fly zone area. With Wiggins, Wiseman is not a good defender yet. Even Draymond Green, as good as he is, he's only 6'7". So Wiggins kind of was on that island. Hence the reason why I'm rewarding him just a little bit more than others. He on an island and still making dudes shoot like 30, 20%. You can get to the basket on him and there ain't nobody there for resistance. The problem is he wasn't letting them get to the basket. Was letting them pull up or letting them do anything else. That's lockdown defense for me.
And the Warriors have been a top 10 defensive efficiency for most of the year. So we talked about, MJ, to your point about what is your team defending and what are you doing? It's both. So go ahead, John.
So here, let me defend Rudy for 1 second. Let me defend. Here's the reason why I picked him. Who is the best defender on that team? Yeah, Larry Joe Ingles.
Rudy.
It's Rudy.
At the end of the day, he is the person who closes the possessions. He is the person who everything is funneled into. Because most of those guys on the perimeter, let's just call it what it is. They're just not really good when it comes to lateral quickness. Everything is kind of funneled into him. For him to be where he is right now, averaging almost 3 blocks a game, that's big in this time frame. Almost 3 blocks a game at 2.8. I thought that was big, but the real reason why you pick him is because when I see that he doesn't have any defenders around him, any guys around, even when he leave and go to the bench, that's when Tony Bradley slow self come in the game, and that's when it really become a freeway.
Yeah, so it's a freeway at that point.
Freeway and a place to be. Oh, sorry,
you been rock with
it. But that's why I picked Rudy. I look, Ben Simmons, and y'all know this because I said this to y'all off camera. Ben Simmons to me right now look like the best perimeter defender in basketball. Right now, that's not a shot at Lou, because we talked about Lou off the record. Lou was going at Harden. Lou was going at Harden on both ends of the court.
Both ends.
You know what I'm saying? So that's James Harden. That's not no average Joe. And then to MJ's point, watching the film of Wiggins, I do agree, that he didn't have some of the things that some of these other guys had. But the one thing I will say is I just felt overall for Wiggins, it just felt like his defense didn't have the impact sometimes that I would like for it to have on a possession.
You know who Wiggins remind me of defensively? And it's a guy that he's not known for defense, but if you really watch this game, you'll be like, man, damn, he could defend. Tracy McGrady. Because these dudes are such athletic freaks of nature and specimens to where it don't even look like they're working hard. And that's what made me impress me even more. It didn't even look like he putting work in. Like he take one step and he's from the wing to the baseline, chilling. He ain't even in the stands. He's standing straight up and you still can't get around him. So like that type of defense, he could still play like 6-7 more years because he ain't even using energy and he locking up.
But he
That's
did it.
what
But
I
he
think
damn
of
good
Heat.
player though. Damn good
Yeah.
player. That like
Yeah.
all bias aside, he's
Yeah.
still out there hooping. Like now
Oh, yeah.
offensively, I didn't see him stink it up out there. That part is
Good
Hey,
stuff.
baby steps, man. Baby steps.
but I will say I do like everything that I've seen. Like this list that we all picked, these are players we've been talking about for the majority of the year.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talked about every one of these players at some point, except for maybe Lou Dort. But
Right.
we don't talk about a lot of these players publicly, just so y'all know. So it don't really make a difference.
So I had to let y'all know what we agree and disagree on.
Now, the next award, most improved player. To me, I only had one real candidate. Now, I picked a second candidate just because. But to me, this is Jeremy Grant. I don't even know who's next.
No, okay.
Oh, I'm gonna shock y'all with mine.
So go ahead. If y'all who did y'all have? I had Jeremy Grant 1, and I had Darius Baisley from Oklahoma City as a distance.
Okay.
Can we change Jeremy Grant's name to How About No?
Shout out to the draft show. Y'all have to peep that out on a low. Who'd y'all have though? Anybody? Just jump in.
I'm gonna go. I picked Julius Randle.
I did too.
That's where I was going with it.
I'm sorry. They the 4th seed.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 8 straight. And he is the biggest catalyst for their success.
On career numbers.
On career.
And then 5. 23, 10, and 6. I'm sorry.
That's I mean, look, I like Julius Randle. I thought that was like Draymond Green, maybe in his early LA days. Nah, that's a little bit more sauce.
He'll bucket.
Yeah. Woo. I had him.
I had him. I thought about Grant as well. I couldn't leave out my guy De'Aaron Fox just cause his progression continues. It ain't showing up in the win column like we want. He a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to show him his. And kind of the same for Terry Rozier too. Not that it was just grand, but he's playing better. The team's playing better. Mm-hmm. Once again, he's one of the elder statesmen on the joint, signing new money and everything. So even with the youth that he got around him, he's still playing good ball, and he major part of that, you know. So career numbers for him too. So I just gave them those cats pretty much got the look, but Julius Randle figure was gonna run away with it.
Yeah.
Trav?
Oh, Big Blue Nation was my one, and that was that. But I did take in consideration Jeremy Grant. And my dark horse, believe it or not, second-year player, Zion Wentz.
Okay.
That was my dark horse.
Okay.
But overall, Julius, man. Big Blue Nation.
MJ.
Yes, sir.
Who you got?
Oh, I already said Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. So here's my thing with Julius Randle, y'all. Julius Randle's numbers aren't much different than what they've been the last couple of years.
I can see that. He got about a 4 or 5 point increase, a 3-point increase.
Now there are things he's doing this year that are better than previous years. I will absolutely.
And that's it.
I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But did y'all see Jeremy Grant averaging 20-something this year?
How about
can I be honest?
I said a couple of them games.
It's not that I don't. It's not that. Big Shot. This is the beautiful thing about Jeremy Grant. We talked about this in a DC before. It's like he got the opportunities to get the volume, and he's a professional. So it's like you didn't see it, but that's equivalent to him hitting 6 jumpers and 8 free throws in a game.
How about no?
Another person that we did not mention is Christian Woodley because their team is just so
That's
not
a great
good.
Actually might
hard.
be the guy. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's just
it's
hard because
Mm-hmm.
the team that he's on. But I had to give him some love because nobody saw him doing what he was going to do.
Yeah.
Ironically, where is he coming from?
And
Detroit.
if you did, you're just a casual, like you said.
What'd you say, Ham?
If you did, you're just a casual if you didn't see it coming.
All right. So not quite turning the page on my list here, but we going to the executive of the year.
Time out. You actually handwritten your list, man.
Brother, you don't think you think this is
You can't make that up.
paper, bro.
He is jotting down notes. Like that's how you do it.
I can't go
I
off the
love
top.
it.
Like MJ
I
probably
know.
did this off the top of his dome. He probably
I can believe that.
so now.
That's why I don't got no other alternatives. I'm like, nope, I'm sticking with this. I ain't gonna overthink it. That's where it's at.
My man Big Shot pulled out the steno pad paper though on him though. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, school.
Man, this is legitimate scratch paper, brother.
Scratch paper, brother.
Hey, side note too, Big Shot, man. I have this thing in which I steal hotel pens now. So if you need a pen, I got you. This one's the West.
Hey, say you leveled up from stealing the towels to the pens.
I gotta steal the pen now. We clean nowadays. We get money now. We got our own time.
They charge you.
It's hard when you get money. I don't care how much money you got. It's hard to find a pen when you need one. It's just hard. They always gone somewhere.
Listen, side note, man. Modern technology has messed up the thrill for the single folks out there.
Oh, cool. I used to have it in my hat.
We used to pull the pen out and get a number. Hey, yo, that was like landmark.
Listen. When the girl asked you got a pen,
that
was trophy. That was a celebration. You could hear the crowd.
Oh my goodness. Y'all young folks will not know that joy of when she asked you, you got a pen. But anyway,
my ignorant stages.
If she asks me, do I got a pen? I'm gonna say I got a pen on the bottom of my phone. Here, hold on. Hold, please.
Hey, listen.
He advanced.
My
executive of the year. I only had two candidates, really. James Jones and Sean Marks. There's only two people I had. Y'all have any other names?
Leon Rose.
Okay,
I'm about to do something. I'm about to do something that I didn't want to do.
Go ahead.
I had James Dolan.
No, he a owner. We don't count owners.
Well, it says he has executive roles too.
Hey, this 94 feet of life
role. He played guitar.
Hey man, you get that. Jerm, you get that now to the black man. You get that to Leon Rose.
Leon did all that, man.
Okay. All right. What it says when you look it up. I had to make sure. It says when you look it up.
I know where you're going though. I agree with you.
I have to say that because I'm not trying to take no credit. Because you want to give it to the whole organization. Number one, you changed the culture when you brought in Tibbs. When you brought in Tibbs, that was the whole start of the whole new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, they took all those players, and then they took the best player available in the draft when they took Obi Toppin. They got rid of all that. They trimmed the fat on the roster. Soon as they got Obi Toppin, they turned it. They handed Julius Randle the keys, and here we are, 4th seed in the East, in a conference that has Giannis, KD, and Joel Embiid.
And we get Derrick Rose in the playoffs again.
Got Derrick Rose for the playoff run. Trav, who you got? Executive of the year.
Man, I got James Jones. I got James Jones by a landslide.
MJ, Trav. MJ, who y'all got?
I got Sean Marks. Anytime you can be able to orchestrate and finesse a way to get James Harden out of that ridiculous contract to be able to join Kyrie and join AD, you deserve executive of the year. And
didn't pay as much as we thought he was going to have to pay.
And didn't even get hit real quick. He didn't even get hit hard.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
And he's been doing this since he got. For those who have been really following basketball for a while, and I ain't talking about all the way back in the 80s. I'm talking for those of y'all who followed when whoever that owner was from Russia decided to get an old KG, an old Paul, and literally traded his whole future and turned the Nets into basketball purgatory. For those who remember those days, John Marks, since he's been there, has done nothing but just make savvy move after savvy move. Like he's actually in my top 5 executives now. Like I'm looking at, he's like 2 steps under Massey right now.
That's the thing I was gonna say. He's done a very Masai-like job the last 3 years, putting this team into this spot where you can then go get the big fish. So to your point, MJ, he's done it the way you're supposed to do it. Just kind of gradually put it together and set it up until that moment hits, and then you strike.
Because Prokhorov had him like $200 million in the luxury tax.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad
with 4 players. Ham, who did you pick?
Marks. I picked Marks.
No,
James
I got you.
Yeah, I got James Jones.
James Jones.
I just mentioned Leon Rose too, though, because then he the one that hired Tibbs? Did they hire Leon Rose before they hired Tibbs?
We don't know, but
I couldn't remember the timeline.
Listen, we don't really know, but let me just say it is not a bad thing if we get. I'm just gonna put the Knicks for me.
That's
all right.
Make sure that you know that they still ain't shit.
6th man of the year. I have.
Big Child, who was your pick?
Oh, I had James Jones too.
Oh, okay.
But the Sean Marks pick sounded pretty good though.
And just to say this, I thought MJ, I was gonna go and roll with him too, but I was just like, let me go unconventional.
No worries.
6th man of the year. I have one really strong candidate, and then there are 3 guys who I think in another year would have a shot. So I'm gonna just do my quick honorable mentions for 6th man of the year: Tyler Hero, Thaddeus Young, and my guy Dirty Joe Ingles. We're 2, 3, and 4. But the winner to me is the man who came to the bubble with a fade and left with braids. It's Jordan Clarkson, who has never seen a shot that he doesn't like. And
he hawking.
Jordan is a 1989. For the older folks that remember Ricky Pierce and Sedale 3, Andrew Tony.
Let it ride.
He lets it ride.
Downtown Freddie Brown.
Downtown Freddie Brown, Dale Ellis, all that. But Jordan has had he actually been really shooting the ball efficiently, but 2nd leading scorer on that team and really important. So he's my guy. I think to me, he's kind of obvious pick for this. Y'all have anybody y'all want to state the case for?
How about no?
I agree with that 110%, man. It's Jordan Clarkson in the field.
He's the reason why he's still number 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, hey, ain't nothing really for me to say.
Okay. Now we get to, I know y'all like disagree. So now we go get into MVP, 1st and 2nd team. So everybody open mics. I'm not gonna point to anybody. We just gonna go. The MVP to me, y'all, is a fluid situation with 3 weeks left in the season.
Yeah.
It got a little more fluid that Harden unfortunately had to setback. Because I thought Harden was gonna finish these last 3 weeks and win it. So with his status being uncertain, I had to scratch Harden. As brilliant as Steph Curry has been,
10 seed.
I don't think Golden State's going to get out the play-in. And I can't give him MVP if you're in the play. That scratched him. So the two guys I got for MVP, y'all jump in, Trav, go first, or whatever, is the two big fellas. Is Jokic or is Process? Are 1 and 2 for me right now. Jokic, as of today, is my MVP, but it is, if you looked at my list, it's written in the lightest version of pen you can write it in. Because I think Process got time to catch it. Fellas, the floor is yours.
I'll start it off. Yes, as y'all know, I've been riding with Jokic this whole year. With James Harden going down, that kind of put him 1. Embiid is my 2. Steph is my 3. But overall, I'm riding with Jokic because he's just that dude, man. Jokic's that dude. Then he's playing without Murray and still doing what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jokic, man. The Joker.
All right,
Ham, MJ, or Ham. Either one.
Let him go.
I'm third on the list with Jokic, but I got Joel right behind him. Joel missed some time, because they done played about 59, 60 games. I think Joel got like 41. But putting up 30 and 11, top seed in the East, it's a good look, for him. But I like Jokic. Jokic on my leaderboard. He got the spot on the top spot on the leaderboard right now, though.
All right, so Jokic right now, Denver's a 4 seed. If we're going to reward winning, let's reward winning. I gotta say Chris Paul. Gotta say it. Here's my reasons. First and foremost, let me say this. I am the first and the second person to ever admit when a narrative changes or when a player changes his own narrative that I created for him based on the film. Chris Paul, I've been saying about him for the longest. He is a ball-dominant guard who hunts assists, and that was the reason why they usually lost. He only has a usage rate of 21% right now. He's getting everybody involved. Everybody feels like they are a part of that team. I need for him to win, not just because he's playing the game the right way, but I need for him to win for basketball. Because as of right now, every kid that's 6'3" and under believes that the only way that they could be an impact or get acknowledgement is by shooting from 34 feet contested. Chris Paul is playing the game the way you would want your guard to play the game right now. And he's winning because of it. His stats is not jumping off the charts, but the biggest stat that you care about is W's, and that's jumping off the charts.
I don't think I've seen a Chris Paul team who was 25th overall in pace until now. It just stood out. It's like they're not even playing. They're the back league. I mean, 97 possessions a game is still relatively fast, depending upon what you're talking about. But in terms of the rest of the league, they're in the back end of it. Like you said, MJ, the numbers, his numbers, they're not flashy, they're not out there, but they're productive. He just letting his young killers hunt. And paying attention.
I mean, Coach Les said this when he was last on the show, and it's eerily similar how these things kind of all come back full circle. When he said, "This is Jason Kidd with the Nets."
Yep.
And to me, Jason Kidd should have been MVP one of them 2 years.
Yep.
But his numbers, to MJ's point, it wasn't J Kidd in Phoenix and Dallas. But what he brings to the table and getting everybody organized and lined up, and guys are getting easier baskets, and guys are running the floor. Stuff that can't really be quantified. So even though Paul wasn't in my first 3 or 4, I would not be upset with that.
I need it for the coaching.
I think it would be well deserving, especially MJ. You talk about in an era where ISO and 300 dribble combos and all that is kind of rewarded. Somebody who is truly playing the game the way you would want to coach and the way you would train it, getting rewarded for that, and the team is having a hell of a year. They ain't supposed to be number 1 seed in the West contention. I feel that pick. I'm gonna put Chris higher up on my list just because you said that. You convinced me. Germ.
Okay, so
I know it's tough to follow. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Okay. So I got 2 candidates. And I slashed them. I put them side by side. And I said to myself, and myself said, I said, number 1, as much as I would love to give it to Joker, I can't. I think that Denver team has a lot of unique talent on the perimeter, and they're interesting. I think they would still be 5-6 in the West at the worst with all of them players if they took Joker off that team. Does that mean I hate y'all pick? No. Dude is incredible. He's incredible. The reason why I can't pick Joel Embiid is because Joel Embiid hurts his team a lot in these stretches. So as dominant as he is, and Trav kind of nodded his head when he seen it. We watched the film. Mm-hmm. It's tough to pick Joel, especially coming off a night like where you just got dominated by Giannis, old scrawny self. Giannis just took his MVP candidacy from me last night with the way he played. Whatever reason, that is Joel's kryptonite. I don't know what it is. Whatever.
I know what it is. Double stacks have returned to all Wendy's menus. That's what's going on. Then you can get them with bacon now too.
Check this out. Check this out.
That's crazy.
Remember we were talking about Milwaukee the other day? Mm-hmm. What was one thing that the 76ers couldn't do last night to stop?
Oh, yeah.
See what happened when you can't build that wall, that you got people that you got to respect now? It's a one-on-one show. And Giannis took it to him. I watched the same game you watched last night.
Yeah, so I had to go because I had to go back and watch it because I had the view show.
Oh, yeah. So they basically had to make sure they cut off the water on they had to account for Drew Holiday. And then without even looking at y'all notes and knowing what y'all said. I just got it.
So those things right there. So I got James Harden and Steph Curry as my 2 guys side by side. I'm gonna be honest with you. With all of what James has went through with the Houston situation and coming to Brooklyn, KD goes down right after. Kyrie, childbirth, personal days, in and out. He took a 500 basketball team and put them 19 games over 500.
It was a first.
I mean, we talking walking the same Chris Paul and Phoenix team down in the second half with the 3 like this left hand style for game blouses. I'm talking ridiculous. Listen, as I said, he is the best player in basketball in the 2020-2021 season. I stand by it. The second best player this year has been Stephen Curry. It ain't really even an argument here. You take Curry off that team.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They back in the lottery again.
Hey, Jeremy, I agree with you, but the reward doesn't say.
I know.
The not most best player, but most valuable.
Hey,
Give him,
hey,
give him the sand. Give him the sand, MJ. Give him the sand.
now
Just give it to him.
I'm not saying that my pick is right,
No,
but they are the most valuable players to their team because without them, Brooklyn would not be where they are because of the situations going on with KD's health and with Kyrie. It's almost like just like the GM situation. If the Brooklyn don't pull the strings on that James Harden deal, we don't know where Brooklyn is.
this is
And
where I'm at.
if Steph does not play at this historic level, that team is not even they're a lottery team again.
Oh, of course. But this is why I'm with the Brooklyn team. If Harden didn't play, it's not like Kyrie, even though he went through his things, it's not like Kyrie couldn't play. If Harden didn't play and Kyrie did, I don't think the team would change as much because y'all got to think Kyrie's close to 50, 40, and 90 right now.
Yeah.
But you want to know the difference? I'm gonna just say this.
No, it's definitely different. Right.
Hey, James just gives that whole organization. They feel like new $100 bills when James Harden is on the floor, opposed to them crusty ones. These folks look like brand new money when as long as you got my guy James Harden on the court. He just makes everybody calm. It don't matter if you down 15. You know that granddad coming down left hand.
Granddad.
Yes, granddad. I'm bringing granddad back because he got the little ball spot in the top of his head now. But
see, you talking about granddad? I'm talking about 100 proof. I'm ready to drink. It's Friday.
I got some 84.
Everybody's pick for today is who? So, Germ, you are saying Harden.
I'm saying Harden and Steph, and I can't pick.
Okay.
Ham, you are saying
the Joker.
MJ, you are saying
Chris Paul.
And Trav, you are saying Joker. I'm saying Jokic, but my scratch papers a little lit right now.
Hey,
no,
man,
that voice has been made by everybody. Like
the Chris Paul argument.
The
Chris Paul argument is very convincing. I'll be honest with you. It's very convincing. And that's going to lead us to the next discussion. I think to spare the people, first and second All NBA. So the scratch paper says right now, Curry, Harden, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid is what we have as of today. What's y'all scratch paper say? Who are y'all first team All NBA? And then we're going to bat this around.
First, I got the same fad that you got. That's if I got a 6-man team.
Okay, who you got?
I got Dame on there too.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go. Go ahead, MJ. Go ahead.
Nah, you go because I got two teams. I got an NBA team and I got an MJ team.
I had Steph, Dame. I put Brad on there. I put Giannis, and I put Jokic.
Shout out to y'all for not sticking to positions, by the way. Pick the 5 best players.
I'm not picking. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that, man.
Pick 5 best players. I like it. Go ahead.
So,
Trav. Or Trav or MJ.
No, Trav, you got it.
Man, I went Steph, Luka. I went Giannis, Joel, and Joker.
Big ass lineup. Big ass lineup with Steph. That's nasty. All right, so for I told y'all best ability is availability. I told y'all that. So if you miss 10 or more games, you ain't on my team. So y'all know my team is gonna get emotional. So for the NBA team, I got Steph, Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, Giannis, and Joker. For the MJ team, I got Steph, James Harden, KD, LeBron, and Joel.
First of all, shout out to the fact that,
frown, right? That MJ
first of all,
different.
shouts out to the fact that it took 54 minutes to mention LeBron James. Shout out to that. J Ham, who you got? No, you said yours. You get the same 5.
So we on the second team now.
So
I'm gonna go
first.
So here with the second team, here's the difficulty for me with the second team. When you talk about guards, these are the names that just came to mind: Kyrie, Dame, Bradley Beal, Donovan Mitchell, and Chris Paul were the 5 names that were, for me, that were back and forth on the second team.
So I roll with Kyrie, Luka. Shouts out to Zach LaVine, man. He had a real good year. I'm gonna call it what it is. I got Jason Tatum on my second team.
Okay.
He figured out the matrix in the second half of this year.
The men's shirt is left.
Yes. Yeah, 6'10 Jason Tatum too, just so I can aggravate Trav.
Right.
And then, hey man, I got Zion Williamson, man.
Oh.
I am not gonna lie to you. Watching Zion this year has shown me so much. But I think Jason Tatum deserves a nod on this list. If he don't make the second team, third team for sure.
Ham, second team.
I got 6 on that team too, yeah.
This dude, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with it now. Broken rules.
Hey, you as Shawn Michaels once said with Degeneration X, you make the rules, we will break them. I got Paul George.
He's on my second team too.
I got 6'10 Jason Tatum. I got Kawhi. I got Braun just because he's Braun. I got Kyrie Irving. I got Devin Booker. Now, while I'm here, and since I did do a third team, I just run y'all the other 9 dudes that I had on my third team.
Okay.
Luka, Jaylen Brown, had to give him love. Julius Randle, he gonna make it on the NBA team for real.
Yeah.
Chris, obvious reasons. Brad Beal, obvious reasons. I really tried to squeeze Russ on there. I still may have him in, especially since Germ threw the Zach LaVine lob. I might have to make that list from 21 to 23. Donovan, best record in the league, best leading scorer of it. Trae Young, I had to bring him back up because Atlanta is playing better.
Yep.
And
he's like top 8 in scoring.
Yeah, top eight scorer in the league. I put Rudy up there just because of the other reasons that we mentioned earlier about his defensive efforts and whatnot. And I didn't forget Bam. I like the work that Bam putting in. That be off.
My second team is Lillard, Mitchell, George, LeBron, and Kawhi. The second team. The third team is Irving, Beal, Zion, Ben Simmons, and Luka.
So my NBA second team, and I stopped there, but then I made an MJ second and third team. So my NBA second team is Lillard, Beal, Randall, Gobert, and Booker. Like I said, staying with the lane of if you play less than 10 games or more, if you miss, I can't put you on it. All right, so, but for the all MJ second team, because as y'all heard from that first team, it was lit. I got to come back with more light. Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic. And for that third team rounding out, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Paul George, Zion Williamson, Rudy Gobert.
Trav.
Being that I didn't mention him on my first, I had to put him on the second, but it's just the limited games that he's played. But I got Beard, I got Devin Booker, I got Paul George, Julius Randle, and LeBron James.
Now, can I say this too?
Yeah.
You know the hardest part about all of this is I didn't put 4 players on there that I wanted to put on this list overhead. I didn't put Bron, AD, or KD and James Harden on these 2 lists. And partly it's because of injuries.
Yeah.
It was so hard to put them on here because I wanted to recognize the other players. But with that being said, they all four of the players I just named could go on either one of these lists easily.
What I found doing first, second, third team was if you look at now, obviously you got to go on the film and look at the lab. But if you look at purely on numbers and nothing else, there are guys. There are like 12 guys who are having an MVP year in any other year. Like 12 purely number where you like, sheesh. To show you how real it is. I didn't think of Trae Young until you all said it.
It is ever. And to keep it a buck, that's the reason. What you just stated right there is the main reason why I said the best ability is availability, because that's the only way I can really separate the ones who I think deserve it. Because it's different scoring your numbers and you get, whether you're really injured or hurt or whatever the situation is, it's easy to score your numbers when you're getting a little bit of rest here and there, as opposed to having to do it night in, night out after coming back from a bubble in which you didn't get a real offseason. That's why I'm rewarding the people who only missed 2 or 3 games, because y'all really got to be putting some work in for you to not have a real offseason, for you to still show up night in, night out and put up these ridiculous ass numbers. You know, salute to y'all. Salute. Like, so when I see a Joker who came off of a conference finals, didn't rest, and you still putting up numbers like these, I can understand why y'all would say he's MVP just off that alone. I get it.
So this is the reason why I did this, and I gave Jason Tatum the nod over Kawhi and over PG. Over Kawhi is because of games. Obviously, we know why Kawhi's here. I mean, we're just gonna be real. That ain't a knock to him. We know why he's here. He's here for the stretch run.
Kawhi and Kyrie the same dude right now. Kind of.
Bingo. It's only the only difference is Kyrie has actually had to play more games because of some different things. But whatever the case may be. Jason Tatum this season is probably gonna this season here is probably gonna prepare him into that superstar range. Everything that I'm seeing from him from on the basketball floor, the game has slowed down. All of the extra dribbles now are turning into a lot more efficient moves. We were talking about that early in the season. For whatever reason, that jumper right now is on split act. I don't know what's going on. It ain't nothing but split act every time I turn my head. Not to mention, it seems as if he's found a way to give Kemba the volume and him take some of the scraps and give Jalen and Kemba those 20, 22 shots that they need, and he can eat off 15. That's what it's looking like right now. And
he's
it's looking
how to manage
damn beautiful.
And
he's learning how to manage the game like a superstar.
And if you look at Tatum, he had real COVID. Not like sit in the crib for 10 days and you'll be all right. Like he had legitimate, I'm sick. I still got to use the inhaler situation.
I'm bleeding in my chest.
Maybe that caused him to kind of slow. I know MJ, you always talk about slowing slow down and to get yourself together.
Yeah.
That could have been what caused it. Like, he like, yo, I can't go this fast right now because of the illness. But you talk about Andrew Wiggins. He was making shots over Andrew Wiggins the other night. And I was like, Andrew Wiggins, I don't know what to tell you. You playing perfect defense.
No, and that's the transition of, that's the transition of it. It's dope. Like, it's so much talent in this league that everything is just elevated.
It's incredible.
Everything now is like, not only is there no nights off, but you literally have to fight and scrap tooth and nail to just get one slight advantage. I'm waiting for that next player who is going to end up being like a lab rat in the game film room and just take every person's small little weakness that they have and just exploit it on defense because I think it's ready for that wave. That wave is next because dudes is just too good right now. And as everything elevates, it's only a matter of time in which defense is going to catch up to it. So I can't wait.
Ham, your observations on your own list, other people's list, it's just kind of going through this process. I know we all said it was kind of easy, but I think this whatever 5 they come up with for these first and second All NBA teams this year, I'm agreeing with it already. I just don't know how you pick 10 guys out of this year. Because I think it's just, we probably ran off, about 17 people? 17, 18 people this year?
And I'm willing to bet you that 12 of the 15 that's going to be on the All-NBA team have been named today. I honestly believe, I think I got all 15 out of the 23 names that I dropped. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many different ways you can travel with it. You know, so it's a matter of, it's like, Chris going there even with the numbers lowered because of the impact. You know that Giannis going to be there simply because it's Giannis. You know that, I don't know about Devin. They might play with Devin on this All NBA thing, but
you know what's going to hurt Devin?
Have new name is Bang Bang.
What's gonna hurt Devin?
What's gonna hurt Devin is we gonna have a situation where Devin's scoring numbers is not what people wanted them to be, so they're gonna try to use that against him because you got first of all, who's gonna take his spot in this situation? Luka is third in scoring, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Luka is third in scoring, and Brad is second. The only person ahead of them two folks is this ignorant light-skinned dude who just don't seem to miss jumpers. So it's hard.
Luka is also probably number 1 in jersey sales and number 1 in foreign world's hearts.
Absolutely. So it kind of just all goes together. Giannis is still top 5, top 6 in scoring.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for all of the stuff that he's not getting for MVP this year, Giannis is still right there with it.
Here's the thing with Giannis, and it's unfortunate because Giannis is now suffering from Nash-itis. Giannis is suffering from Nash-itis. Yeah. We're not going to give him the MVP because Jordan never won it 3 times in a row. So we just can't give it to him. The only person that ever did it was Larry Joe. We just not doing that no more. That's just what it is. Like, because Nash numbers his 3rd season after his MVP was actually better. They were just like, nah, we just can't do it for that reason. So that's why I'm not even picking Giannis. He's just not going to get it back.
If you look at this in context, fellas, there are 16 guys averaging 25 or more.
Yep.
16.
Yep.
That's a lot of, and not that scoring clearly isn't everything.
Mm-mm.
But that's a lot of damn points.
And 4 of those 16 guys are under 6'4".
Yep.
Trae Young, Kyrie, Steph, and Dame.
Dang.
That's stupid, man. That don't even, like, everybody keep doing this kind of, let me just, this public service announcement. The Steph, Dame, and Kyrie talk, just give me which one you don't want.
Can that. Just please.
Stop.
Just
they
please
can't help
stop.
it, Sal. Y'all know they can't help it.
Here, man, get some gummy worms.
They can't help it, man. We need something to make you disagree on.
That's fair.
Something. And nah, man, I've been, like I said, 94 feet of life. I've been told you. Once Kyrie went to Boston, I told y'all Kyrie skill-wise was just as good as Steph. And everybody looked at me like I was a damn fool. Now look. Now y'all saying the exact same thing I said 3 years ago. All right.
You want to know?
Okay.
On that note,
let me get Trav in here real quick. So Trav, some of your thoughts, observations as we going through this list of awards and all the NBAs, just kind of some things that stood out to you.
there's not going to be no surprises. If they pick it, we got to agree. Because if it ain't Julius Randle, it's somebody that just as Jeremy Grant is just as close or if it ain't Jokic, it's Embiid, or maybe a Chris Paul, or maybe a Steph. I wish it would be a Steph, so they can go ahead and kill that whole that whole thing with what Westbrook did with the triple double with the MVP and all that stuff. It wouldn't make any difference. It's an award, but at the end of the day, these guys, they put in the work. The first team, the second team probably better than the first team. But hey,
Right.
but those awards fit them for that particular day. But at the end of the day, the surprise is it ain't gonna be a surprise.
Yeah, I don't know what their rubric is as far as how many games you have to play, what they're taking into consideration. There is no real rubric to this, hence the reason why it's so much discussion and so much gray area. I made that rubric for myself because I cannot function without having some type of something to go off of. If I just go off of just straight eyeball,
you gotta have something, because if you don't, it's just too hard to differentiate guys right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know historically when Bill Walton won the MVP and what was that, 77, I think he only played 58 games. I think that was the lowest amount. So that if you want to use that as your benchmark, but then this is also on an 82 game clip. We
Exactly.
roll the 72 now.
So with it being 72, here's the beautiful thing. With this being 72, you're looking at 48 games as being the benchmark, probably. So what I'm saying, 48, 50 games.
Right.
So right now, currently, we got guys that have not played 50 games in the season and guys who have played every game damn near in the season. And that's hence why when MJ is saying, I can't disagree with, because if James don't go down with the hamstring injury, James may not sit but 1 or 2 games.
Right.
But this is something that he does just naturally every year. Every year, James Harden is the schedule is going to play 70 games, 70 to 75. You know what I'm saying?
81, 82. Dude,
yeah.
It's
like,
really it's a test.
I feel like Steve would have made him sit a couple games. You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, you carrying us.
I think it goes down to what you really believe in, right? Is the award, and I know there was a big discussion in the group about regular season playoffs. I think it just comes down to, again, why Ham always says, make your own list.
Oh, now he ain't
because
cussing.
It's 100%. It's subjective. It's what you believe in, what you value. Because there are cases, with few exceptions, like I did my list today. Almost every one of these awards to me does not have an obvious choice. As I'm going through this, the only one that has an obvious choice to me is LaMelo for Rookie of the Year, as long as he played the last 2 weeks.
And Jordan Clarkson for 6 man.
And Jordan Clarkson for 6 man.
That was the one we was unanimous on.
Everything else, there is an argument for somebody else across the board.
Yep. And
that shows you how deep the talent is in the league right now. You got all the old heads. It's cool you don't watch it, but there is so much talent in this league right now. It's crazy the amount of talent that's in this league.
You got Kawhi, LeBron, and KD as the 3 guys you say that are the proverbial talents that they go to any team, they can put together a championship team. Right behind them, you got Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Guys like that are just that gifted. Luka, all of these different players.
Yeah.
And we sitting here and we so fixed that this is why it's hard to be fixated on 1 guy, 3 guys, 2 guys. All that stuff don't mean that. It's so much talent in this league. We gotta, and just to say this so people know that we don't have nothing against Kemba either, especially me. Cardiac Kemba, y'all don't know nothing about Cardiac Kemba. Cardiac.
Come on, bro.
Not you, MJ.
No,
not y'all.
Talking. You speaking to the choir.
Y'all gotta understand.
But
Kemba.
to the point, think about, we didn't talk about KD, AD, LeBron, Kawhi, and Giannis until the show was over.
So what does that tell you about?
Around my second team, man. That's what that is.
So what we hope y'all saw in this show, appreciate the league, man. Appreciate what you're looking at. There is a ton of things on a nightly basis. Like I wake up in the morning, go to work, and flip on, check the score from the night before. It's something wild. It's something wild happening every night in this league. Some wild happens on a nightly basis now.
Somebody got 50. Somebody got cooked on a highlight with a 40 piece. Somebody got banged on.
Miles Bridges, listen, Miles Bridges is on my timeline every morning at 6:30.
Dunking on somebody.
A whole fool.
Every morning, I can go on Twitter and hit Miles Bridges and something new gonna come up.
Hell, Anthony Edwards' post-game interview is entertaining as hell.
Oh my God, classic.
That man is, Anthony Edwards, I'm gonna tell you how true that man is by rookie. I love him. This man is playing dudes in Madden, and he in the league. He playing dudes in Madden.
Exactly what you're talking about.
And beat them and talking head to them. Like dudes who are really like that. Beat their ass. And telling them, yo, I'm gonna take you after this game, you can get this rematch.
I'm finna tell you something that I woke up that I seen so crazy on my timeline. Coach Tills gave the Knicks an off day.
Yeah.
Kind of legislative, man. Kind of legislative, man.
And check this out. And a rookie early said he was surprised they got an off day. He wanted to sneak into the gym and practice.
Lou Alding was punching the air right now.
Super good junior style.
Loving it. And Derrick Rose loving it. Like, oh, you did this favor to my knees? Thank you, Shunrell.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Shunrell, man.
And then right here in my old city, man, you know, Jai gonna give me something every night, whether he gonna rock some ankles, whether he gonna fly, he gonna do something crazy every night, make a miss.
I try to win a game by throwing a ball off the backboard and catching it against the Denver Nuggets.
Jai hey man, Jai gotta chill out, man.
Real quick too. This giant Colin Sexton thing that y'all tried to do in the group.
Stop.
Stop.
This is what I'm gonna say about Colin Sexton, right? Let me be very clear about this. Ron don't respect. I don't disrespect him.
You're in mute.
You on mute.
You in mute.
You on mute.
He must be cussing. You cussing. He's going in right now, and we ain't heard a word.
You on mute.
You hit mute. You hit mute that whole time.
There you go.
Shout out Scen Likely through with the phone call. I watch guys make a whole bunch of money in this league and score a whole bunch of points that didn't mean nothing.
Them snack wheels, empty calorie buckets.
This is what I'm going to say about Colin Sexton. Is the same thing I said about Zach LaVine. Is the same thing I said about Kevin Martin. When your points mean something, I will reevaluate the situation.
He learned from Jordan Clarkson, so y'all can't be too mad at the boy.
I'm not mad at you.
No, I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying in general. They played exactly the same. But Colin Sexton just needs to be on a playoff team and come off the bench.
I'm a challenge some inner coach less on this. Winning got snaps. It got to.
And you ain't even the best guard on your team.
Winning got to.
Good night.
So shout out Colin Sexton. He is improving. He's somebody who maybe should be on this most improved list, to be fair.
Great talent.
But you're not gonna tell me he's better than Ja Morant, when Ja right now has the responsibility of carrying a franchise early in his career. Ham, you can vouch for this. Our Memphis people can vouch for this. That is Ja Morant's franchise.
Undisputed.
I don't care what them numbers say.
Undisputed.
The big. So when Colin Sexton is in charge of a franchise's future, the way Ja Morant is, we will have this conversation in the year 2026 when he playing for somebody else.
And here's the irony of what you just said. The irony of it is, in a league right now where everybody is getting ridiculous numbers, the guys who mean the most to the team, it ain't even about numbers.
It ain't even about numbers.
Ain't that
like I was telling them yesterday, when it come to that, and you're looking over at the records, and I know what Ja Morant has impacted on a nightly basis right here in this city, and I go when I look at Cleveland, and I see that they 16 under 500
in the East.
In the East,
no.
Show me the film on where they said that he was a better defender than Ja. Show me the film. I mean, as far as don't bring me wrong numbers. And we all can read the numbers, but how can you correlate them to what is actually happening on the floor?
Ham, I don't need Colin Sexton's numbers to be 16 games.
I don't either.
I don't need it. I can do that without you. What Ja Morant does what Ja Morant does nightly basis. Trae Young, nightly basis.
Mm-hmm.
That's carrying a franchise. And I know we don't get into much about comic book, but there are levels. When you have the responsibility,
they're leaders. This is the bottom line. They're leaders. Colin Sexton is not their leader.
They are responsible for franchises.
And they ain't old enough to drink.
And they ain't got a stupid ponytail. So
Hey, I like the coming to America ponytail.
Zion Williamson.
That Prince Akeem.
Zion Williamson, responsible for a franchise at a young age. Zion, what, 20?
20.
That's a difference. Big difference to what's being asked. So no disrespect to Colin Sexton, but y'all got to come on. The responsibility level is so much different.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much different. So much.
And once again, when the responsibility level is different, now it's no longer about numbers. It's about other things that you can't just measure on the stat sheet. It's about some things that you probably can't even measure on game film, because there's certain things they're doing in the locker room that we will never know about, that is motivating that team, that is keeping them going, that is doing other things. Like all of these players in any team that you go into, you can put a team full of dogs in a room. It's always going to be that one dog that everybody else is just going to naturally follow, whether it's because of its voice, whether it's because whatever. Whatever that dog is, that's going to be the staple of the team. If the dog is selfish, your team going to be selfish.
And just from being here in Cleveland, I can speak on some things because I know when Colin Sexton is in the game, you'll notice that the movement on the team is not the same. When Darius Garland is handling the rock, everybody is moving. Everybody is doing something. Everybody's cuts feel like they have more purpose. You know, it's a reason why they allow Colin Sexton to run the pick and roll from the wing and shoot a 15-foot jump shot, and they allow Darius Garland to run it from wherever he is on the court. There's a reason why there's a difference. So let's not act like, as good as Colin Sexton is as an offensive weapon, as an offensive talent, he is still one of those guys that he is best served to come off the bench. I've been saying this for 2 years now. He is a six man. He is Jordan Clarkson, whatever you want to call him. That's just what it is. That doesn't mean he's a bad player. It just means that every player in the NBA has to have a role.
Or he needs to start next to Melo.
Big guard energy. Simple.
And Melo, another one that's carrying a franchise.
Like if they was to compare Colin to anybody, it should have been the Rozier. That would be a good comparison.
Colin the Rozier is fair. It's fair. But the responsibility of what Trae Young and Ja and Melo had, oh, absolutely not.
It ain't it.
Absolutely not. No.
It ain't it.
Ja some
That's-
nights only
that's-
taking 16 shots. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that Desmond Bain and Dylan Brooks can hawk. Like,
Hey, that's that mid-major energy, man. Mid-major, you're some of your parts. They know
Bottom line, the bottom line is they trying to make these numbers more important. Man, the numbers ain't more important. When you can control your team and be the man of your team, and like y'all said, the numbers is not there, but people are trying to judge off the numbers. It's the impact these guys got on their team. That man stole 40. That man can score. Colin Sexton stole 40. It would not be felt.
It won't
It would not
matter.
be felt.
It won't matter.
this how we can wrap up this whole conversation. They made 2 extra spots for you to play in to get into the playoffs, and Cleveland still ain't within 2 games of that the 10th thing.
In the worst conference, in the lesser conference.
Sign out.
On that note, we can wrap it up.
On that note.
And on that note, we didn't gave y'all almost an hour and a half. So we probably gonna put some timestamps on this so y'all can get to the good parts and all that. Remember, 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. 94 Feet of Life 1 is the Twitter. 94 FT of Life is the Instagram. And it's the Scene family overall. Ron, Germ, MJ, Trav, Ham, Coach Les, what up? Basketball for the people, by the people. We out.